And we're actually going into the game now. And finally, guys, let's get like a little
round
of applause right here. Yeah, woo!
Woo!
Fix your microphone.
You can feel the excitement. We've had some Red Bulls, and we're ready. We're ready to go.
I have. Again, guys, I just want to apologize for the delay. Technical errors do happen, and sometimes it's out of our control. And again, it was out of our control. That was another issue with their headsets. So we apologize for that. We hope you enjoyed the music. We hope you enjoyed everything we did. We tried our best, and yeah, now we got a game. So that's all in the past.
Exactly. I went into the room a couple times and was like, "Hey guys, let's get this going." It's funny because Curse.EU, had played in the first match, so they had no moving or anything to do. We had to kick TSM out of the room, put TSM.Evo in. That takes time. People bring their own equipment, their own keyboards and stuff like that. So
I also just want to call them Evo now. I'm not even gonna call them TSM. Just Evo.
Okay. As long as RoG or someone doesn't come in here and punch us right in the face.
And then CRS.EU can just be EU.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Now these bans are coming out very quickly. Curse.EU banning out Cogmal, Riven completely targeted ban at that Wings of Death, and Vladimir targeted ban at Wings, and anyone that plays Sauciano plays a ridiculously good Vladimir.
That's a Vlad for Sauce right there. That's not a Vlad for their Wings.
Most definitely. And then Alistar, Shen, and Dr. Mundo being banned out from Evo.
And again, these are all, these are all just common bans and picks that we see at all. And then we got Nocturne first pick. That hasn't happened. That didn't happen the last two games at all.
Nocturne's nothing.
This is totally different.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're seeing completely new meta right here.
I've never seen a team first pick Nocturne, like ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Brand new.
It's like...
But they're doing it.
It's like some sort of game-changing, revolutionary...
Yeah.
I don't even know.
They're shifting the meta right now. They're shifting the meta. But Nocturne, in all honesty, super strong jungler, and his ultimate is paramount. His ultimate's really good. The Paranoia, it eliminates enemy team vision, and that is exactly what the name is.
The best part about that ultimate is truly, if you're not already in a good position and that ultimate goes out, you can't see anything. You literally are stuck going in blind. It's like face checking everything. It's like having brush around you, like on a solid 10 yards around you, and you're face checking everything. And honestly, it makes or breaks team fights all the time.
Most definitely. Very, very strong. And then Janna and Ahri being two quick pickups. So we'll see Saucy's Ahri, and we will see Nat's Janna.
Nat, not Jat. Nat. Similar names. My bad, guys. Is a really big fan of Janna, so that's obviously a big pickup. And then Janna's a totally top-tier pick worthy anyways, as we've seen in the other games as well. And, of course, Ahri, devastatingly good all game long. I love that champion. She's one of my favorite APs as well. Not just because of her strength, but just because I like her kit. I think she's a fun champion to play too. Most definitely.
And, it goes very well against Nocturne because once he uses his ultimate to get in there, all of a sudden you monsoon, and he's back away from you now. So very, very good disengage.
And same with Ahri too. She can just
spirit rush away.
Dash.
Triple dash, no big deal.
Pop a flash.
Exactly. A lot of ground.
Triple dash to flash.
And then a very strong Soraka Graves lane that we've already seen a few times before. And it has worked out really, really well. I wonder if we'll see, I wonder if Slepper will be able to hit collateral damages as incredibly as Chaos did in that first game.
Those are my favorite things about that game. Like, obviously, especially we all like, damn, son, you got some moves. But, those ultimates are just so fun to watch.
They are really fun. It's flashy. It's big. It does a lot of damage. It picks up kills. It's a fantastic ultimate right there. And then, as you said, the Graves Soraka lane, he gets his true grit after 10 seconds. He gets a lot of bonus armor and magic resist.
From Soraka's magic resistance and
armor.
W.
Oh, my God. So much.
So tanky.
So much armor and magic resist. He's going to be going against a Janna Ashe lane. I think, is that the same matchup we saw?
No. We had Taric before.
Taric. Okay, it's Taric.
It's pretty much the same thing, that lane, except they're definitely going to be pushed in. The Ashe Janna lane are going to be pushed in because there's really, they can't really do anything. There's Buckshot just clears waves.
Yeah.
Ashe volley doesn't clear waves, and that's just the difference. And the cooldown difference, too. Ashe's volley has such a high cooldown early, and then Buckshot's spam. Soraka's here's mana. So definitely in the favor of that bottom lane.
Ooh, and the Nautilus is picked up from Evo. Do you think that's going to be a jungle or a top Nautilus? Questions. Does Wings play a decent top Nautilus? Or do you think it's just going to be an unstoppable
No one really plays top Nautilus. I'd be surprised if we see it. I honestly think it's viable. I think it's just as good. But, again, we're talking about the ganks that come out of the jungle from Nautilus. They're just so strong. Ganking is everything in competitive play. If you can land strong ganks, Oh yeah, it's definitely. Wings is a big Jarvan fan top. Jarvan is definitely top. Nala's definitely jungle. And I'm actually really liking Evo's team here. I'm liking that. It's got some great synergy. They have the ability to initiate and disengage all in one, and they all have champions that are scaling all throughout the game. They have strong champions early, they have strong champions middle, they have strong champions late. You know, all different types of variations. So I'm really liking the chemistry of that team comp. CRS.EU's team comp is more. It's how do you say? Oh, it's almost like passive aggressive because they have these champions that are like Morgana and Renekton and Nocturne. They're just like diving in, right? And then you have the Soraka and Graves. They're kind of like sit back. And like Morgana can also be played as that sit back role. So it's like I feel it's like again like they can be played super passive, but when they want to be aggressive, they can be super aggressive. Whereas Evo's team is just like all around, just like they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. You know.
They can go all in. They can disengage. They can do whatever the heck they want. So that's going to be pretty awesome to see. And Morgana and Renekton, the last two pickups there on the Curse.EU team. Young Buck famed for his Renekton play. He's supposedly a very, very, very scary Renekton on the EU side.
Him and Wicked, I know, are very strong Renekton players on the EU side.
Yeah, he was joking yesterday about how he likes to misclick his stun and hit minions all the time. But I think he was kind of just playing coy, you know, because he was talking to the members of TSM.Evo at the time. And I think he was trying to downplay his Renekton play.
Good.
And we're gonna see him
in
full force.
Well, mind games.
Exactly. You guys shouldn't ban.
Planted a bomb about to explode.
Exactly.
Oh my God, this Renekton's landing stuns. He told me he wouldn't.
Oh my God, this guy lied to me. What's happening? But this is going to be the first game of Curse.EU versus TSM.Evo. Lineup is going to be Morgana for Curse.EU, Morgana, Graves, Nocturne, Renekton, and Soraka versus TSM.Evo's Ashe, Nautilus, Janna, Ahri, and Jarvan. We're going to go real quick to a commercial break, and we'll be right back into this best-of-3 series of Curse.EU versus TSM.Evo.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're back into this game. I'll make sure my mic is unmuted. Your mic unmuted, Elements?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Sir.
I don't see any red on you. So there is some still advertising going on, which I apologize about. It's a little bit of early aggression here coming out from Curse.EU. They are in that top tribe rush of TSM.Evo, and it looks like TSM.Evo is kind of trying to defend their own jungle a little bit here. But Curse.EU pressuring the red buff right now. No one has been spotted from Curse.EU, so this is a stealthy like Metal Gear Solid steal right here. Let's see what happens. Just going to steal race and get out of there, you think, or are they going to go all in and get the red buff?
We actually see Slepper going back here, though. I believe they're just going to take the race in red. Slepper going back so he doesn't miss any lane experience, that kind of stuff. They're like, hey, we can survive it. I don't think they're coming, because they know that, I'm pretty sure that they know that they don't want to come in.
Most definitely. And so just good to go through the lane matchups again. Jarvan versus Renekton up top. Who do you think has the advantage up there?
I'm actually going to have to give this to Wings. I like his Jarvan a lot. Okay. I think he's a really good Jarvan, and I don't think Jarvan has played a lot in EU too. Whereas, actually, no, Renekton's not really played a lot
in NA.
NA.
So they're playing champions that neither know much about, on the opposite side.
This should be good, actually. I'm excited. Honestly, I don't know. I'm a fan of Wings, Jarvan top, but I'm also a fan of Young Bucks Renekton. So
exactly.
You know what?
That's going to be
to his own.
Yeah, and that's going to be the most exciting thing to watch. I've said for days before this tournament that the Wings Young Buck matchup is one of the ones that I really, really was looking forward to seeing, and this is going to be it here. You know, forgive me if I do stay up top a little bit too often because I'm giddy with excitement about this this top lane. It looks like Nocturne does start at the enemy red, so he has picked that up right now, and now it looks like he's moving over to no, he's not going to go top lane. Looks like he's going to move down bot. Nope, he changed his mind, going back up top. Muluno being very indecisive. We see an early gank here onto the Jarvan. He has his Q and his E, so if he can get the Dustbringer, the Fear off, there's the Slice of Dice in, followed by the Fear and Stun. Wings of Death taking a lot of damage here, but they decide not to tower dive that at all. I think that they should have
down
done
bottom here.
Slipper taking a lot of damage from the Ash arrows. Soraka forced to exhaust the Ash. So some summoner spells burned down there. In the meantime, Morgana burned Flash as well. I did not see why she burned her Flash. Were you able to catch that?
No. I was unable to. I was watching the auto screen, going back, showing where all the action is, and it actually did not show it to me.
Yeah, so Saucy has the advantage there. He has both of his summoners up, while Morgana has no flash. So that's going to be an important thing to note, especially because Nautilus has so much CC coming out of the jungle.
Yep.
If you do not have your flash and you're not a level 6 Ahri, you're going to go down pretty quickly. You know, he could Saint can land a clutch Dark Binding to protect himself from a little bit of the CC and maybe get away, but without flash, it's very tough to do. Both people farming up top. I mean, Renekton has 18 CS right now to Jarvan's 10. So he's using his Q ability, the Cull the Meek, the AoE kind of sustained spell. He's using that to farm the caster minions as much as possible, pushing Jarvan straight into his turret because aside from Jarvan's Dragon Strike, his Q, he doesn't have much like AoE farm / poke ability, you know?
Yeah, it's really, oh, we do have Nocturne hiding up here though. Possibly, but yeah, it's okay for clearing. Once he gets some damage going on, if he gets some damage items, that's when he can really start clearing waves. But when it's early like this, he really doesn't have nearly as good as lane clearing as Renekton does.
Shows himself up top.
Oh, that's actually good though. Oh, never mind.
Nope, not going to be good. Down bot still farming away. Afro Moo rocking his 23 CS to Graves 19, so he has a slight advantage right there. But as you said, Graves, insane wave clear only gets better as the game goes on. Yep. You know, his buckshot starts clearing waves completely. He can hit the caster minions with one Q, send a smoke canister out there, and that is dead caster minions. So, you know, he's going to be able to make up for any lost ground that he has in the next few minutes, but right now he's doing fairly well, only 3 or 4 CS behind Afro Moo. And he does have the sustain lane as well, so he can stay down there all day. Janna, less of a sustain lane, more of a slightly offensive kind of passive lane.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens down there. Both junglers kind of just collecting their own buffs, moving through the jungle, farming very effectively. Nocturne has 11 CS to Nautilus' 20. So Nautilus showing the strength of his Titan's Wrath, his Titan's Shield AoE ability.
Yeah, but we did have Nocturne going in for the early gank top.
True.
and again camping again and then getting spotted. So he is a little bit behind because he's made those attempts to gank, and obviously if you make attempts to gank, you're going to fall behind. And that's just what's happening, and Nautilus, you know, clears AoE quite well.
Yes, indeed he does. Nocturne clearing his own red buff, and now he's about halfway through level 4. The Nocturne ganks are going to get exceptionally strong. Of course, once you get to level 6, you can come through unwarded places because you get a little bit of distance. The level 6 range on Paranoia isn't incredible, but it's something that some people underestimate and they don't expect. You know, and that's how you use Nocturne. I believe it's
still like, isn't it like 1200, 1300 still?
I don't know exactly.
It's still pretty long.
I know Muluno was just spotted by this ward, and he is now being pinged by TSM.Evo, so they're going to pull back from there. They see a level 4 Nocturne coming down with red buff, and that's just not something they want to fight right now. Once Ashe is 6, you know, she'll be able to CC him a little bit better, of course, because she can enchant a Crystal Arrow him. Hopefully he won't Spell Shield it. That would be the most dangerous thing ever. But depending on the timing of those two abilities, I think Nocturne can still get some really good ganks off down there. But then again, Monsoon can just clear him right out of the way.
I would actually expect Nocturne to be ganking top predominantly because Jarvan really only has, you know, he does have the escape with his EQ combo. And he does have a summoner, obviously, but even with that, Renekton can chase down, he can slice and dice and catch up to the target. Nocturne can just ultimate in and just, you know, catch him, get the tether up, and hopefully get that fear off. And he's got the red bug combo, then, you know, there really isn't much chance for Jarvan. And he
right now, Wings of Death is going to go in onto Young Buck with the help from Unstoppable's Nautilus. He gets the passive proc off. There's the Riptide to slow Young Buck down. The Cataclysm, but a great flash from Young Buck will get him to safety right there. He doesn't want to be made into boots just yet.
Saul's coming in. Barely missing his Q there, but Maluno's going to get the fear off. And he's in tower range. He's actually going to tank these towers, and that is going to be first blood for Renekton up top.
That was a great. That was very unfortunate for Saucy missing the Orb of Deception. He wanted that kill so bad. He committed so hard, and he really paid for it. The Dark Binding, a great dodge by Unstoppable, pulling back at the last second, but he will go down to the Ignite and the Fear Tether. St. Vich is doing a really good job of cleaning up top lane. That was unfortunate for Saucy. You know, he wanted that kill so bad.
Yep.
He gave up first blood.
It was so close. I mean, he just got juked up. That's all it is. I mean, jukes happen, as we noticed. Nautilus juked up the Morgana Q just the same way. It happens. It happens. You can't blame the guy. It was a smart choice to go. That was almost like a guaranteed first blood. And yeah, stuff happens. You can't get mad about yourself. You just got to keep going about that. But that was a great cleanup by CRSU. They did a fantastic job of turning that around, and now they're up 2-1.
2-1. They're about 1K gold up, which is a fairly sizable, I would say, for this early in the game. Everyone's farming exceptionally well. Morgana has 62 CS right now to Ahri's 56.
Yep.
Morgana has that kill, has an assist rather. Ahri has 1 kill. She went back, picked up 2 Doran's rings, same as St. Vicious. So they're all kind of playing the Doran's game, trying to stack up their fingers as much as possible right there.
Mm-hmm.
Graves 59 CS to Ashes 59, so dead even right there. Graves went back, got his Zerker's Greaves and 2 Doran's Blades. Ash still sitting on her tier 1 boots. She has about 800 gold, so if she wanted to, she could go back and pick up Zerker's Greaves. But right now, just content farming down there. Afro doing an excellent job. Nocturne 30 CS to Nautilus's 37. Both junglers still staying relatively even. Mm-hmm. You know, between Nautilus's Titan's Shield, you know, it gives him great AoE. Nocturne's Dustbringer and Umbra Blades. Yeah. They both have great AoE clear.
Yeah.
You know?
The passive and Q is absolutely devastating for creatives. And then that increased attack speed. Nocturne is a very fast clear, and that's also why we see him pick so much. It's not just because he has a great kit, it's because he clears so, and he has to sustain too. I mean, Nocturne's just like an all-in-one jungler.
Yes, indeed. And Wings Death going in again on Young Buck. He's using that Demacian Standard Dragonlance combo there to just knock him up, put a little bit of damage on him. The Martial Cadence, I believe, deals about 6% of the target's health, correct? 8%.
Yeah.
8% of the target's health. So he can easily try to win those trades as much as possible. But if Young Buck does decide to turn around and get a stun off, he can, with more than 50 rage, he can do a lot of damage.
He has to remember, though, that he does have his ultimate up. Mm. And he can spam that to, or not spam that, but use that to increase his HP. So I believe he's trying to bait that a bit, you know, getting a little bit lower to bait him into thinking that he has more power. But again, Jarvan's combo with it, when he cataclysms, that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
That really hurts.
But he is against a rather slippery champion, the little crocodile Renekton, who can just slice and dice right over the wall of Cataclysm. So not a really great matchup, I would say, for Jarvan. You know, usually when he uses Cataclysm in that one-on-one situation, he wants to burn a flash or get a kill.
Yep.
You know, against Renekton's just going to slice and dice over the wall. So it's really going to be a matter of Wings of Death timing his Cataclysm after Young Buck uses both versions of his slice and dice, you know, and be able to lock him down in that Cataclysm.
That's just a good general tip for anybody when they're versing Jarvan. You have to wait. If you have flash up or you have an ability to dash or jump or flash or anything like that.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, hold on to it. Wait till that ultimate is used, because if you use it before he ultimates, you're going to be stuck and there's going to be nothing you can do. So make sure you hold that versus J4s, because that's really the best way to counter it.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. So a Young Buck, what does he have in his inventory right now? He has 2 Doran's Blades right now. Jarvan has his Ninja Tabby. So Jarvan really right now kind of building to counter this AD damage of Young Buck. He doesn't want to get tower dive as effectively. You know, he's getting 10% less damage from auto attacks. You know, Young Buck on Renekton doesn't rely 100% on auto attacks, I would say. He likes his Call the Meek, his Slice and Dice, his stun, and everything like that. But there's the Enchanted Crystal. They are hitting Young Buck straight in the face, and there's the Cataclysm coming down. Depth Charge will knock him up. The ultimate barely saving him.
Wow.
The Ignite is not going to kill him either. Nocturne may go down here, but no, both players may escape. The Dredge line from Nautilus does hit on the Young Buck, but the Slice and Dice, that is exactly what he needed. The Dustbringer coming back out for good measure. That was an incredible ultimate from Young Buck.
Fantastic
That was exactly what he needed. And again, Saucy's going to Spirit Rush in after the flash and perhaps pick up 2 kills here. He gets the kill on Young Buck. The Charm was spell shielded by Maluno. We're mitigating all that CC. That was an excellent play by Maluno. Excellent play by both members of Curse.EU right there.
Professional players. That's what they do right there. Those are the plays you see, boys.
Yeah,
boys and girls, that's what separates it.
And
right
the most disappointing thing, I see people are already pointing it out in the chat, Jarvan missed his combo. He didn't get the knock up on
well, I believe, I don't think
he
might have not expected the arrow to come, because if you notice, he just used the Q And he didn't even throw out the... I don't think he even threw out the...
He didn't throw out the Demacian Standard.
Yeah, he didn't throw that out. So I think he was just spamming it to try to hit the Q, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, like, you really can't blame him. I mean, he lived with like 10 HP to get that ulti off.
Yeah, that was
that was close.
That was incredible.
Awesome.
And that's exactly what Renekton's like to do. You know, they like to bait you into, oh, I'm low health, do something. And then they ultimate. And all of a sudden they have, what, I think it's a few hundred bonus health, 400? Let's take a look.
I believe it starts off at
300.
300
bonus
300,
health.
450, 600, I believe.
That is a whole heck of a lot. And he just used it so perfectly right there. I was really
impressed. That too. You're like,
oh, I'm low health. What am I going to do?
That's baited, son. Baited.
Boom. That's my impression of Renekton right there. Oh, I got low health. I'm a crocodile. Get out of here. My brother's Nessus.
Crocodile alligator.
See you later. See you later, alligator. Now, up top, still Young Buck using his Call the Meek to farm rather effectively, slice and dicing in, getting a nice stun off on Wings of Death, putting out a lot of damage. But again, the Martial Cadence, the 8% health on hit for Jarvan, makes up for a lot of his, lacking auto attack damage, I would say.
I love it because people don't expect it. They're like, you walk up and you're like, oh, I can trade with this guy, and it's just like initial blow is just like chunk. So it's like you're not trading all the time. So if you back off, if you use your Dragon Strike, use your combo, use your Demacian Standard, and you just get that one auto attack in, and that's all you trade with somebody else, you're going to win that trade every single time. And Wings knows that. Wings doesn't want to trade him, doesn't want to sit there and auto. He wants to go in, combo, back up. Combo, back up. And that's how you need to play it.
Yep. Most definitely. It looks like Renekton's coming on for a gank here. Saucy, the Dark Binding does miss. If that had hit, that would have been bad news for Saucy. He did have his ultimate up, so he could have gotten out of there.
Got some good stuff going on
here
bottom. Yeah,
some action going on bot. Both junglers coming in for simultaneous ganks. And, like you said a few games ago, what they're doing there mid, maybe not to go for a kill. Oh, she does get caught by the Dark Binding. The Soul Shackles doesn't come off from St. Vicious just yet. He's waiting for a bigger team fight. He doesn't want to use it on just one target. But the Paranoia goes on to Janna. Luno's going to stick to him with the Dustbringer. The Fear does come off. The Dark Binding over the wall. St. Vicious picks it up. Here's the depth charge, wreaking havoc in the enemy team. Saucy will go down very quickly to Young Buck, slicing, dicing in. And now the rest of the team fight is going to take place in the TSM.Evo blue buff area. The binding. Saint has... It's been pinpoint with those bindings. It's been incredible.
He literally hasn't missed... I don't think he's missed one.
Yeah. That's great.
Other than the laning phase, just trying to throw it to see what you can get. Throw out random bindings. If the catch, right? But like, he's every single team fight or little skirmish they've been having, those are landing.
Clutch plays from St. Vicious. The first two games we've seen him in were Karthus and Ahri, and definitely not as impressive as this Morgana so far. He's racked up 1 kill, 3 assists. He has the needlessly large rod already, 125 CS. His laning partner Ahri, 2-2-0 with 115 CS, getting a Kage's lucky pick and a blasting wand.
Dude, and even the Twitch viewers know that clearly Saint is the #1 AP carry, and they all knew that too.
Obviously,
if you read the chat, they all knew he was the #1 AP carry. We were just waiting to see it.
We're proving it right now. #1 AP carry, Saint Vicious right there. As far as farm is concerned, Ashe 111 CS to Graves 137. So Graves really using his buckshot, asserting his dominance down there, pushing the Ashe away. And Wings of Death missing a Q right over the slice and dice of Renekton. Renekton is chasing on this. The phage procs are doing so much work for Young Buck. Wings of Death has to combo out of there. And he's going to pot up. He's seeing Nautilus is coming into lane, so we're going to see another fight up here. Nocturne is very close. He doesn't have an ultimate to get up there too quickly, but that is going to be okay. He does go back. Young Buck also going back as well. Zanya's Hourglass already being purchased for Morgana along with the 3 Doran's rings, Kiss the Rings. And that's going to be exactly... we've seen before that, Reggie was playing Morgana, a few games ago. He really did work. And I think Saint maybe was a little jealous, and now he wants to show his Morgana.
He's like, you want to see some Morgana?
I'll show you some Morgana.
And you know what? I'm actually so happy with Riot because their skins are just getting better and better and better. Have you seen the animations on that cube? It looks like a universe is being shot out.
It's awesome. Tiny little galaxy.
I'm like, oh, everything about that skin, I'm just like, that's beautiful skin. Like, I didn't even play Morgana. I don't like Morgana as a champion, but I'm going to buy that skin and play it just because it's awesome.
Most definitely. And for people that are just tuning in, by the way, this is game 1 of TSM.Evo versus Curse.EU. 6 kills in the advantage of Curse.EU to 2 of TSM.Evo.
It is only a 4K lead, though. This is still anybody's game. It's still really early. 16 minutes is... Can't write anything off at this point.
No, not at all.
This is anybody's game still. And as we know, Evo, really strong team.
Yeah.
The biggest threats in NA right now.
And Curse.EU showing their strength right now. You know, even with a sub and Saint Vicious rather than Extinct in mid, they're putting on a show right now, and I'm happy to be. I have front row seats to it.
Exactly.
I've got courtside seats right now. It's legit.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a good way of putting it.
I know. Graves 154 CS, Ashe 128, a BF sword and a Vamp Scepter picked up for Ashe, so I guess she wants to get a little bit more sustained, maybe build a Bloodthirster out of that, or maybe she's just doing the 2 Doran's Blade Vamp Scepter to give herself a bunch of lifesteal to sustain in lane and maybe building straight into an Infinity Edge. How do you feel about the kind of Infinity Edge / Bloodthirster? What do you usually purchase first on Ashe, let's say? On
Ashe, because of her passive, Infinity Edge is by far the best item. But it really depends on which AD carry you're choosing. On a champion like Vayne or something, who's kind of like in like bruiser range, because her range isn't super long, she's got to tumble around and use that mobility, she's going to benefit from having a Bloodthirster because she can sustain herself, she can be in those sticky situations where she can just sit there, auto attack, and regen her life. But for someone like Ashe, who's really going to be sitting at the very back, not trying to be in there, not getting down and dirty, just sitting as far range as possible, she needs the maximum damage output, and that is an Infinity Edge, which also utilizes her passive for more crits. That's really where she's going to get the most utility out of that item. Okay.
Now Graves is about halfway to his Infinity Edge. Here comes the Nocturne ultimate onto Wings of Death up top. Youngbuck doing a fantastic job of baiting Wings into that fight. Another kill happens in mid. Saint Fish is forced to burn Flash away from the Nautilus. I'm going to actually go back and watch that mid kill real quick. Saint got almost caught out of position right there. The Foxfires and the Orb of Deception comes out, doing a lot of damage. The Zhonya's
MVP.
Zhonya's is the MVP this tournament. This has been some great. I'm going to say Zhonyazing is the correct verb there.
Zhonyazing.
Saint doing really good.
Malinu diving really hard here, unable to get that. Dredgeline possibly being able to pick him up there, but unable to. He's going to be able to get right there.
Slepper may go down bottom. The quick draw does put a little bit of distance between him and Janna and Ashe, but Ashe flashes and gets a nice volley off. Zenek may go down here as well on Soraka. The heal, the increased armor may save him underneath his own tower, but it does not. Aframu able to pick up 2 kills right there.
I'm glad we caught all that action.
Yeah,
that was
so much action.
Thank you, teams, for spacing it out so we could catch it all. You all didn't do it all at once.
I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose.
Yeah, those are just good.
Yeah,
thank you, team. I appreciate that.
We just want to thank you directly.
So
it looks like Maluno on Nocturne has a Null Magic Mantle and boots, do you think? And he also has a Ruby Crystal and Cloth Armor. You think that's going to be an Aegis for him?
Most likely.
A
lot of times junglers will pick up that item, especially when they're really ahead like that. It just enables him to be the tanky, because he can just dive. And if he has that Aegis that early in the game, what can stop him from really diving at him? He's already got the heal from his passive. He's got the spell shield. I mean, really, he can just stick to a target, be there, take a lot of damage, and really just stick on somebody and never let go. So and Aegis is a great team item. I mean,
it is.
It's going to take your support
and he does
a while.
pick it up. So
it's going to take a while for your support to pick up that item. So if you can grab that item really quickly because you're that far ahead, it's great. Fantastic.
It helps out your entire team. And that's always a good thing to have. And the bonus armor, magic resist, like you said, Nocturne is one of those people that when he activates his ultimate, he's going to get in the thick of things. You know? And he may not have an escape, he may not have an out, so he needs to survive. That's what he needs to do.
Exactly.
After picking up that Aegis and whatnot, I would imagine maybe a Wit's End or a Phage perhaps coming out from him.
Phage Frozen Mallet is very, very popular.
Nat taking a lot of damage down bot, but I think he's going to be able to make it out there okay. Turns around, gets a nice Zephyr slow on his enemies. Coupled with a volley from Ashe, his pursuers are going to be lost.
I believe we're going to see a dragon or a blue spawning very soon. Curse.EU is getting in, and that's exactly what there's going to do. The dragon is actually spawning right now.
And Wings of Death very, very far away from this, so this is going to be an easy dragon.
Yep.
Very, very free dragon. Just donated to them. With charity.
Donated.
Exactly.
Charity. Let's just keep thinking it works.
Easy. Simplistic.
I got nothing.
I
got brain fart. I got nothing. I'm not gonna lie.
Now this is one of those kind of awkward situations where the free dragon from Curse.EU, obviously they took it handily. All the while, Wings of Death wasn't really pressuring the top turret. You know, when the enemy team is going for dragon, they need to have an opportunity.
You need to use like clear waves now, pushing tower. Like you need to make them pay. That's actually a popular strategy that CLG NA uses.
Yeah.
they don't even care about Dragon. I mean, they're not going to let you take it, but if it's not in the best interest for them, they're just going, whatever, we'll push towers. We'll push, and they'll make you pay for every single Dragon you take. And that's what you have to do, and it's a great thing to pick up, and it's a great thing to copy.
But they just didn't do it there.
No, unfortunately, it's sometimes you might be too far back, or might not be the right situation, or you might not even be thinking about yourself. I'm just going to sit here and farm, right? But you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
It's a sad, sad day when that does not work out. It looks like we may have a jungler gank coming out. Maluno is going to be hiding in this brush, but the hawk shot, I believe, will spot him right there. Or the, as you said before, the bird. The bird for us.
I've seen him.
St. Vicious taking a little bit of damage here at mid, but the Black Shield protecting him from a lot of it. And the Black Shield is going to be so pivotal against Ahri because she relies heavily on her charm. You know, once her charm goes off on a target, she's almost guaranteed 2 passes of her Orb of Deception, doing magic damage and true damage on the way back. But if you're not charmed, then you're going to be okay. You know, so St. Vicious is really going to have to play his cards correctly and Black Shield the right person. In the meantime, up top, wow, Young Buck uses both versions of his Slice of Dice to catch up to Wings of Death after his flash. The Maluno ultimate is going to pick him up.
And Young Buck's just like,
oh, he's got this.
I don't even care, bro. Yeah, I don't even care. You can have a kill. Exactly. I'm that far ahead. Like.
And he is that far ahead. 3-2-3 right now with 196 CS.
I love his items because he's got the Brutalizer, he's got the Hex Drinker, he's got the 2 Dorans, he's got the Phage. And he's got the Mercs. It's like, I'm perfectly set up to transition into mid-game. That's what he has right now. He has the perfect items. He has all bases covered. He's got tons of damage, he's got a good base health, he can slow, he's got the shield. Really, he's just like, and like, he just, what is, I was, if I could talk to her next, like, what do you care about? He'd be like, nothing. I just don't care about anything.
I don't give a damn.
He just doesn't.
He doesn't.
I would go further, but I got to keep it PG for streamers.
Exactly, because I'm sure we have some children watching, and we don't want to offend them at all. Now, would you expect to perhaps see, like, Young Buck is known for his Renekton play. Do you think they underestimated that play down bot? Slepper taking a lot of damage down bot, actually. The exhaust from Soraka and a great heal. We'll keep Slepper alive, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow picks up the kill underneath his own tower. And now Afro is going after Zenek. He has blood in his eyes. He smells it, but he's not going to be able to pick it up underneath the enemy tower right there.